Anthony Barela.
Yeah, the Masher. It's a really forehand friendly course, which makes sense to see him on the lead card here.
Right.
If you've got a 300 to 400 foot forehand, you're scoring really well on this course. There's out of bounds on the left and the right here. There's a curbing that lines. You can see all the dead grass on the left and the rocks on the left.
This was a really nice shot.
Yeah, he went more direct. I expected him to throw over the trees.
Yeah, well, the day before he threw it long with a backhand.
Okay.
So we picked the forehand this time. It's 387. It plays all of it. Now this is into the wind.
Oh, we got a headwind here?
Yeah, there's a headwind here. A big headwind, actually. At least 7 to 10 mile an hour headwind.
It always gets windier as the day goes on, and these, I believe it's 11:40 in the morning when these guys teed off.
Yeah.
This is Andy Wacha, the Minnesota boy.
Andy has a way better forehand than I think anyone realized.
I was really impressed when I saw it. It was such a smooth, clean pop out of his hand.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it. That hit cage. That had every chance of going in. That's more uphill than it looked, so it was a much harder putt than it looked.
It's definitely on a slope.
Yeah.
You can see how it slopes down towards the rocks there.
And this, the OB is closer than it looks here, so this is a dangerous putt. Bhrahsten chains it here. Yeah.
Dang, you expect him to make that all day too.
But yeah. That wind, again, it doesn't really show in these trees because our Arizona trees are thorny and stiff. It isn't like the trees
right
where in the Midwest where they're swaying. You sort of see that. You can see it if you look, hard enough. There's some swaying in those trees, but you don't.
But on the tee pad, you don't quite see that.
No, you don't get a read.
It's not really moving.
You don't get a read. Now, for those of you that were wondering why I moved up to here, you wouldn't see anything.
It's a pretty blind shot
if I was standing behind them.
Yeah.
It's those trees that we're looking through down to them. That is the only line of sight that you have.
Wow,
and that was
a good shot.
That was that was Zach. He had nothing though with this putt.
Oh, he obstructed?
Yeah, completely. It needed to be about 10 feet lower, and he would have had a 2.
I expected to see more forehands out of these guys. There's 2 backhands right there. There's an opening down on the flat there that hyzering into the hill seems a lot smarter. So you'd want to aim for that opening right there.
No, for those of you,
everybody's kind of short.
Jay was the tournament director for the Phoenix Fall Classic. I was just the guy behind the camera.
Yeah, a lot of work went into this tournament. I got to thank all the volunteers that came out to help. Sean Terillian, Tim Aney were the 2 big guys that really stepped up and helped get the park clean.
Right on. I know Tim. He's a Minnesota boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that tree is menacing. If see, look, he couldn't do anything.
Wow, he really.
He's circle 1 and he didn't have a shot at it.
Placement is so important on Arizona courses. Everything's thorny and prickly, like you said. So you really want to be out of that stuff if you're putting. And look at Barela struggling to get into this bush here.
Yeah, he's only 10 feet away, and this was not easy. This was not a gimme. And he knew it. That's why he moved around.
Nice hustle, Zach.
Yeah, it's good.
So I believe we're all square here. I think Barela was the only 2 on hole 1. This hole plays.
He almost aced that, by the way.
What?
Andy almost aced too. You didn't catch it. My camera didn't catch it, but it missed by a foot.
Dang.
So that was his tap in for bird.
Got it. So he really earned that bird.
This is a really cool hole. 399. I don't like the basket very much, but just that's only me.
Well, it's not a great basket. It's an old DGA. I think it's a Mach 3 or 4.
And that's part of the fundraising you're doing is to get
get
these baskets upgraded. But this hole is really cool. There's a couple ways to come at it. You can hyzer it in through that little gap that you see on the right where those trees are, or you can forehand it in
If you've got
Which-
the power, you can forehand
which-
it on this left side.
which Bhrahsten does. And all we heard was that disc hitting rock.
Ugh, crack.
It was a huge crack. It was hilarious.
Oh, that was a good effort.
Yeah, Barela.
You see, we had some rain the day before.
Barela threw it there on day one, too. Here's Andy. That's closer. That was closer than it looked. But there again, that wind
Yeah.
kind of grabbed his disc. And you can see the wind playing in the background now. And then the tree in front, actually. Yeah.
These are actually pretty great shots for this hole. This hole plays so much longer
Yeah.
than it is. And you have the elevated basket. It's a really awkward landing
Ooh.
zone. Oh, that hurts.
And look at this par putt now.
Yeah, he's pretty deep
That is
for
gnarly because
and obstructed too.
oh,
Good finish, Bhrahsten.
isn't that great?
God, that basket looks terrible.
The basket's on its last leg.
Yeah. I think it's been on its last leg for a couple of years now.
Yeah, Climo was a rookie when that basket came out.
Get in.
Oh. Zach, we were really seeing a lot of that on this hole. Those both Saturday and Sunday. A lot of basket, a lot of in and out. It's just not a there. Nothing is an easy putt on that hole. This is a super long 490-foot par 3,
That's right.
and it's left to right. This is
It's a four-hander's dream if you got it, especially because there's almost always a headwind here.
yeah, and there really was a ripping headwind because
Ooh, and Barela going backhand. So this is how
he almost threw this OB here left.
Oh.
Watch, it releases flat, and he didn't want to.
Oh, he knew it out of his hand.
Yeah. And it sailed, and then the wind got it, and now we were all watching it going, well, wait, that might go OB.
Eek.
Yeah. Bhrahsten almost parks this. I think he's about 15 feet.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah. It was one of the best backhands I saw all day. I think Zach just overturns this just a hair. The wind got it. I think it was a perfect throw, but the wind.
He is a smooth player.
Isn't that smooth?
Yep.
I think it's
How
smooth.
easy was
Look
that?
at where Barela is.
Yeah, you don't see many people get out there.
Yeah, look at how far this is.
It's pin high. So we threw it all
Yeah.
at 490. That's amazing. Oh, Zach really did overturn it. This
Yeah.
is pretty short here.
Yeah, the wind. But he just parks this.
Yeah, good. Wow, that's a
And even
creeping step putt.
Yeah, he parked that too. So this was the only one that was a question for par, and it was going to be a great 3 for Anthony if he makes this.
Yeah, it's a
Because-
pretty big save. It's easy to four this hole.
Really easy to four this hole. Boom.
Nice.
Great
Well done,
putt.
boy. This hole's cool. Triple Mando. Drop zone at the farthest Mando away to not give anybody an advantage. A lot of putters up the gut here.
That was a closer ace run than it looked. That flash changed.
Nice.
Andy threw a great one here too. Just low, but
They're making it look pretty easy.
yeah. Now we're downwind on this too.
Which certainly helps.
Yeah. Anthony just pulled that a tad.
Pretty sure he was throwing a Luna there. I think he's been throwing those more.
This is a putter.
Yeah, they all throw putters here for sure.
This was Rico Suave.
But he just wanted to
You don't. Yeah, it's so good.
calling for it to settle, and it settled.
Yeah. I had to do a quick edit on this to get that basket more in view.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just
One
to go
more-
back to how
one more.
smooth this kid is, man.
Oof.
Oh, he drew
Now,
a straight
here's what's
line.
so cool is he gives it the old get down,
Yep,
and then watch the disc.
Gets down.
Right when he did it.
Boop.
Boom.
On the pole.
That was money.
He was not in the ace pot. We should just highlight that bit. He said, "No, I do not want to get in the ace pot."
Oh, that's amazing. What was it worth?
270.
Would have been a little tasty. 4 items at Costco.
You get your bed sheets there and a nice pair of shoes.
I really thought Anthony made that. There's a pickup 1. That's why I threw that in, because he was so nonchalant about it.
He's a pretty calm, cool, and collected kid, really.
He doesn't. It is this.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's just made 5 birdies in a row or 5 bogeys. You just don't know. Andy was on a bit of a roll here. He was sneaking up the leaderboard big time.
And I think he probably knew it. You could see the hustle and the pep in his step there.
He knew he was playing well, but he told me that he never looked at his card.
That's surprising.
He never looked at the scores once.
I can't do that.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a game plan. He stuck to it, and I give him nothing but credit for it.
He played well.
Yeah, he really did.
This is a pretty easy par 3. It's an island hole.
It's not.
Well,
if they're long,
you've got to play from where you were last inbound. If you're short, you have to play it as a hazard. So you really have to touch and bounce here and ultimately stick it.
So Anthony's about to throw this,
and this is
almost perfect, but it skips long.
This must be his Luna again. This isn't a zone.
See, he's trying to get it down. And it looks good, because if you see it skip, usually it stays. But he goes long.
Yeah, because the curbing is not too far behind the basket here.
So now he's putting for a 3. Now watch what happens.
So,
because he only ends up, well, we don't want to give away the result here, but all these things matter at the end of the day, don't they?
Well, his disc is laying right there. Is that not in bounds?
No, he went out.
But he's standing in bounds now.
Yeah. Oh, did it play as a hazard?
No.
Yeah. So.
Oh, but he goes out of bounds.
Look at
Go
this.
back in. Oh, lucky boy.
Is that crazy?
Yes.
So,
I need to define the rules a little bit better here for next year. There was some.
That was a great putt, because
that's a 2.
That's another birdie. Andy is just like sneaking these birdies in. Now he's got this for 5.
Well, now we should probably talk about the rules here too, because your foot can't be touching out of bounds.
Well, that was my question.
So he should have taken a meter there,
right?
And then I was confused where Bhrahsten took. Not to like call myself out here, but Bhrahsten, if he never touched in bounds, then he played it correctly, because he had the wide hyzer, which he would play as a hazard.
Now, normally the big arms here, you can see the basket straight ahead. Go. It almost looks
it's
like
all out of bounds.
Like he hurt his knee there.
Yeah, he might have twisted
Did
something.
you see him limp? And he downplayed it, and it may have affected him that day.
Well, he also just aced it.
Look at that little flick he's got. Isn't
it's
that great?
Amazing.
He's got.
It reminds me of Greg Barsby.
Ooh, that's a good call.
So everything is out of bounds here. You can see the curbing that stretches straight out from the tee pad there. It goes all the way down past the basket, all the way down. Everything is out of bounds past that curb. So a lot of players will lay up to the right, like you saw Zach try to do. I think he scuffed it and went out of bounds there. There's out of bounds left, deep, and to the right. So it's a pretty tough hole, this one. It's 393.
It plays all of it.
Oh, I wonder if Zach stayed in there.
Yeah, he stayed in.
Oh, lucky boy.
So this was for birdie. Almost got it, too. Now, watch.
Pretty windy.
Watch this. Now, it is windy, but watch where this putt hits in the basket. Dead center.
Wow. In the heart of it.
And it spit out.
And I don't think the wind pushed that out either. I think it just seemed to tumble.
Everything was working in his favor to stay in. I have no idea how that came out, because it didn't hit the center pole. It was the weirdest thing.
No, I know he does cook his putts. He putts pretty hard, which most pros do.
And that's really downhill. This doesn't give it
Everything was in his favor, wasn't it?
Yeah, because look at how much taller he is than the basket. Just
this forehand, I think, was one of the most impressive I saw all weekend.
No,
lost track of the disc there, but
and he just made birdie again, by the way.
Easy birdie.
He just parked this one.
And he had a good He had a great
I don't know if
front
it
nine
was
so
park,
far.
but it was park, but he's got a clean.
He hit the gap.
He hit the gap. He's got a good look at it.
This is a pretty simple hole. It's basically under the big tree there. There's OB on the right. And if you have a forehand, you could just slip it right under that tree and you're putting for bird. Which
It flared on him.
Andy's did, or?
No,
Okay.
Anthony's.
Andy's forehand was so impressive.
Yeah.
When he hit that gap perfectly. See, and Zach I think he's got the post ace shakies here. Because he started struggling.
I don't know. I wonder if it was an injury because you really saw him wince on that last tee, and then that one he just went, and it seemed like he
kind of braced
a little. I don't know.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, playing hurt.
And he just skipped right off the top and went deep.
It was crazy how far this thing went.
Is that Andy?
No, that's Barela's.
Oh my God, he's still putting. Oh, jeez.
So now you can count the putts in the last two holes that he just gave back.
Yeah, that's 4 strokes right there.
Right.
My goodness.
Right. Just on those 2 holes.
That's a big swing. Oh, there he put it away. So look how close Andy was.
Yeah.
He finally just put out.
Yeah.
That was a gorgeous shot.
Yeah. Crushing it.
Oh, and Bhrahsten got pretty close too, it looks like.
Yep.
So this is an awkward hole because regular hole 9 is not a good hole. It's a 550 some foot hole that plays across an island of trash.
Yeah.
So this shorter position was an improv to that hole.
Well, and I think it's
oh, we went OB.
Oh, I know. He'll move the camera, man. It got a bad skip. It was a good throw, got a bad skip. This is another one I had to get down because standing behind the tee, you would never know where they were throwing, and that.
Yeah, the basket's basically invisible.
Yeah, and it's
from the camera.
This is kind of a cooler shot watching him come in here. That's Barela.
Great shot.
Yeah. So he's looking to make a 2, make up for those last 2 holes.
Sidewalk and beyond here is out of bounds.
That's Zach.
Oh, he really.
Yeah, that blew up big time.
Well, he's had 2 forehands back to back off the tee pad here, so that might say something about his backhand.
Andy, it was a good up from there. That's again, it's so much further uphill than what it appears.
Yeah, it's pretty steep there.
This is all water control for Phoenix, Arizona. So when we get monsoons and big rains, our ground doesn't absorb it. So if you're not from Arizona, we have these massive areas like this that capture and move water away from the city.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens at disc golf courses. In this one,
yeah, we have a few courses in washes here: Skunk Creek, Thunderbird, and Sweetwater here.
Yeah.
Although the back 9 is much more picturesque.
This is for birdie. Get back on track.
Yeah, he needs to get back on the horse here.
Nice putt.
Well done.
That was a nice putt.
Just a small intermission from our sponsors.
Yeah, the Dynamic Disc. What a great store. We happen to be sitting in it as we speak.
Just pat ourselves in the back here.
The Distinguished Doodle. Gotta love it. Promotes a healthy and balanced skin microbiome. Fancy words.
Well, I just gave my dog a bath the other day, so this is definitely fresh on my mind.
Oh, yeah?
He feels...
With some doodle?
Yep, of course.
Gotta love it.
Of course. Just got a fresh stock, actually.
Oh.
Yep.
I love it.
He loves it too, I think.
So check out what Andy did. 13 down now.
He's gone 5 down to the front 9, which is pretty impressive.
So impressive, because it was windy. No one else did it. Aaron Gossage, Bhrahsten, Anthony Barela, Parker Welk at 9, Robbins, Weber, Wade, Wood, 7.
Some local boys, some Flagstaff boys.
Pretty cool.
You'd love to see some guys in the mix here.
This is 325, but if you're at all long, the chance of going OB exists.
There's OB to the right and long. Mando left of this first tree here.
Look at that little flick of his.
Yeah, the amount of power he gets in a short period of time is amazing.
And he's world class, man. That is a world class forehand.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that kid for sure.
Yeah, he can play. So can Bhrahsten. So can Zach.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the lead card for a reason. He's fighting his forehand now.
Yeah, he's probably leaning on it a little bit. There was a little bit of the local flavor that Zach just had to contend with on the sidewalk. Gave it a bid.
Yeah, he did.
It's a bit stressful because OB sidewalk and street is right behind the basket here.
I give him a lot of credit for that because when he's downwind, he got it up high enough to go in. Knowing that he's got a nice, well, maybe not knowing he's got a nice lead.
That's right. He doesn't watch his score, but he should have kept track that. He's got 5 birdies here. Oh, no.
Yeah. Low ceiling.
Geez, Bhrahsten really went long on his drive.
Yeah. He's lucky not to
he
be
went
OB.
I think he did. He just picked his disc up from the street.
Oh, there you go. We talked about it. Can't remember.
That's what happens.
Now the wind really picked up because you've got all that open area to the right of this basket. And there's nothing protecting the wind.
That was a really good putt from Zach.
That was a really good putt.
You see him take his time, take a breath, punch it in.
Yeah. Anthony with a
easy birdie, it looked like.
That was a layup too. Really good. So back-to-back birds. So now he's starting to feel it.
Fight back.
That was a nice save right there by Andy.
That wasn't for birdie? That wasn't his drive?
No, that was a save.
I must have missed his upshot. This is an island hole here. This is a really awkward island hole because the island's pretty tight. It's about the size of a circle. There's a drop zone if you miss it. It's pretty short, so nobody should really struggle with this. The wind will definitely give you challenges, but you see Barela put it right under the basket. Pretty sure Andy got it pretty close. Oh, Bhrahsten. This looks early.
Yeah, that wind's going to push it too. There's Barela's disc.
Well, and here's Zach from the drop zone. Who gave it an effort to save.
There was a stray dog.
Oh, my goodness.
That was, for whatever reason, would not leave Bhrahsten alone. This carries through for a couple of holes.
Really?
Yeah, he was really trying to. He was ready to putt, and that dog
just started harassing him.
So now we kind of feel like he rushes this.
Oh,
because I know that dog was in his brain, and look at this rollout.
That's so unfortunate.
You can tell it kind of was.
How do you prevent something like that?
Right. The dog owner had it off leash and wasn't doing a very good job of trying to wrangle it back in. She tried, but the dog was having none of it.
That's annoying.
So that was fortunate for Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's got this for par. Same distance downwind.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunate 3-putt.
You can see how tight the circle is here.
Yeah.
Whew. Nice finish, right? Zach.
I know. Made some nice save putts. That was a good save putt.
Yeah, the wind is still swirling out here. So these putts are never give-me's.
Barela quietly taking care of business. Yeah, birdie. This is a really tough hole you set up.
I love this hole. This is my favorite hole on the course. It's Mando left of the first tree and then Mando right of the second tree. So it looks like Barela was going to hit that second tree there. Sidewalk and beyond is out of bounds. Deep, left, and right. So you've really got to keep something in the middle here. All backhands. You know, it's a very forehand-friendly course, but
this calls for a backhand.
This is a Mando backhand for sure. See how Zach reacts on his knee here. You know, he's 21 years old. I can't imagine.
Yeah, he spun out of that. Something's going on with his knee. He just tweaked something.
Yeah, he definitely rushed that pull through, didn't he?
Because he's buttery all the time.
Yes.
And it just looks like he might be favoring it.
Well, Barela stayed in bounds. This is a pretty good shot.
Downwind.
Not happy
I know
with his putt.
he expected to make it, but look at the wind, look at the trees. It was not an easy putt.
Yep, see both of those guys go low. See if Bhrahsten can make the correction here.
It's funny. These next 3 holes, the way they're lined up, and you've got the wash to the left side there, that wind swirls.
It's swirly. Absolutely.
Yeah. You think it's coming to your back, and then all of a sudden it's at your side.
Yeah, you putt with a little nose up, and that thing sails straight over the basket. You think, what was that?
I was trying to get to the basket to shoot back.
Yeah, these boys are quick, huh?
Well, they were quick, but the other group was down there teeing off, and so I couldn't really run down there. So
I see.
I was in a conundrum. I was caught between a rock and a hard place, so it was sort of a weird place to take video and not have any sort of shot look at it. But you get the throws at least.
It's a pretty short hole. It's only 306 feet.
Yeah, these are all birdie putts that you're seeing. No one hit it OB. So that's birdie.
Yep, concrete and beyond is OB on this one. Pretty tight at the end, but
birdie.
These guys made all very quick work of it.
Yep. Birdie.
I swear it's not this easy of a hole.
No, it's not at all.
There's a decent amount of trees and a decent amount of OB. And with the wind, wow, he went up the gut on this hole. This hole is a nightmare for a lot of players.
Yeah.
Sidewalk on the left. Wow, he went up the gut too. There's a fence that goes along to the right. It opens up on the right side a little bit, so it sort of makes sense if they're going right down the middle here. Barela says, screw that, I'm just going to go over everything.
Big hyzer. 420.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose he can get there. I'm going to have to Mando some stuff next year.
That's nothing for him.
I've never.
But all these guys, both days were throwing pin high, the big arms.
Yep.
Hyzering it over that.
It does play pretty uphill.
Yeah, it's more uphill than it. You can see the sidewalk back there.
Yeah.
So you can see that we're uphill, but
there's a flight of stairs in elevation there.
Yeah. So here's Bhrahsten's drive, and
oh wow, he got there on a hyzer.
And Anthony's even closer.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good run.
Just outside the circle, it looks like.
Yeah, this is for 4 in a row.
Oh, wow. But he really needed to fight back, though, too.
Yeah.
After all those drop strokes, man.
Yeah.
You love to see.
It did not miss by much.
Barela's mental game, I think, has gotten a lot better in the last couple of years.
Especially this part. I couldn't agree more. He's really matured. Really matured. Like, I think this would have rattled him just even a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
He wasn't making that putt. This is what, it's so interesting. Leave yourself this much work but you really do have to go for your birdies wherever you can get your birdies, right? So
out here, yeah. I mean, when 9 down is the hot round.
You're not trying to just leave yourself a tap-in par.
Bogeys will happen out here. When you see bogey-free rounds, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Ooh, slow-mo treat, especially with this kid here.
Watch the snap.
Boom. Oh, great technique.
He played baseball.
He must have.
Yeah, that is a third baseman throw right there.
Barela going backhand.
This is a cool position. I felt like I was standing on top of him, but I wasn't in any way, shape, or form because you can see the angle they're releasing it. So I just put it in slow motion, knowing that we'd really get to see their releases nicely from this vantage point.
This is a blind shot too. You're trying to push it towards the street on the right-hand side of the fairway.
And it narrows.
Yes.
It's 404 feet, and the further it goes, the more narrow it gets.
Yep. So you got sidewalk left, street right.
It's a really hard hole.
But these guys having the power forehand here to just hang it and push it towards the basket the whole way is such a benefit.
I walked forward on Zach. I forgot Zach was still.
Just leave poor Zach behind.
Yeah. Here's where he ended up.
Wow. That's
he couldn't do anything with that. He just
right.
had to float it up there. He turned it upside down and just floated it.
These are awesome drives on this hole. You can
Right?
see the sidewalk right there where the out of bounds is, and
Yeah.
how close Bhrahsten was to out of bounds there too. Man, he went long. That's annoying. I can't even get there on my backhand.
That's annoying. But here, that could have been a pivotal moment for him.
Yeah, he could have really
in this
held
tournament
on.
right there, and he misses it coming back.
No.
So what could have been for sure 3, and possible 2, ends up being a 4.
And he's dropping strokes to the whole card here.
And look at Barela again. So he's back on the train.
This hole is so much harder than it looks. I know there's no trees here, but I swear to you, this hole is hard
That sidewalk really comes into play
on the left.
when you get past that 450 mark. It starts to really bend into the landing area, and
Because the basket's off to the left as well.
right, and there's OB straight. Those trees are at the OB line.
Yeah, they're out of bounds. So if you hit a tree and drop straight down, odds are you're out of bounds.
Yeah.
There's curbing that runs all the way along to the basket.
And what's so impressive, I got him on day 1 and put just this same shot, but a different day.
Kaboom.
Same driver. I know it's crazy, but he overturned this one. Same driver.
Yeah.
The wind.
There's a headwind on this hole
Big
that he
headwind.
probably didn't account for because he might not have felt it on the tee pad. If you play this park a lot, you know.
It's interesting that you say that because it's really calm there, but the minute you climb up that hill,
You feel it.
it's blowing. It's blowing across. And it took his disc, yeah.
Oh,
Knocked him out of bounds.
it's easy to go OB here.
He just holds it.
Well, and you see his
Look at
plant foot.
Yeah.
He doesn't plant strong. He plants on his toe.
Turn that one over just a smidge. I think this.
Well, that might be ideal, actually, to avoid the out of bounds there on the left.
Yeah. I don't know if it. I think it carried through, though. Carried straight. He carried it past the trees.
Oh, wow. That was a punch then.
And this one was interesting because Andy releases this on. Look at this hyzer he releases it on when it comes out. Look at that hyzer.
Oh, and low.
And low. So everything's going right now. But the wind
Oh, no.
grabs it right about now and just shoots it right.
Oh, he picked it right up.
Yep.
Shoot. Yep. He knows it.
Yeah. It took him straight out of bounds.
And going OB early is really tough because now you've got a wall of trees in front of you. Luckily, he's got a killer forehand, but they're still out of bounds on the right coming into the green here.
Yeah.
I know you don't like calling it a green, but
It's not.
for lack of a better term,
Circle. Circle 1. Circle 2.
to get to the circle here.
Right. These are the last of the slow-mo. So
Yeah, you had a lot of fun with the slow-mo.
I did. I just really appreciate the artistry of this move.
Well, the sport is all technique, so to watch the smooth boys throw,
Yeah.
it's
really cool, isn't it?
it's entertaining.
I let these fly.
Bhrahsten probably went putter here, I'm guessing.
So yeah,
Oh, and he drifted it right.
that was where Barela was. So that had to be at least into that wind of 500 and I want to say 60-foot drive,
Sheesh. That's
560 uphill into the wind.
that's disgusting.
That's an arm.
Oh, and it looks like he went out of bounds. He played pretty close.
Yeah, Zach was having tough back nine. Tough day. Got the ace, but
It's hard to play after an ace, and like you said, he might have tweaked his knee there because he has been struggling getting off the pad clean.
that was a good three.
This hole
that
is
was a good
so hard
save.
to three.
That was
so
a
that
save.
Was,
yeah, because he went OB.
He did go OB then.
Yeah, so that was a good par.
Yeah, a 4 on this hole is nothing to scoff at.
No. I may have slowed down those ones too. I got carried away.
So hole 17, there's this sidewalk cruises all the way behind the basket. It's probably about 15 feet behind the basket. It's easy to go out of bounds here too.
Yeah.
It is a wide open shot.
That is just money.
Yep, just go right over that tree there, and you're hyzering into the basket. You should be right in the circle with that.
Because of the wind, I don't know if this was what nuke this was, but it stayed straight forever, and we didn't know if it was going to hook up or not. And at the end, he goes like this, is it going to hook up? And all of a sudden, it just falls.
Finally dumped, huh?
In front of that tree, yeah. What a really great forehand, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a cool shot.
Well, Zach has gone backhand here.
Yeah. He can really move the disc. Yeah.
Well, he's looking more comfortable on that knee now.
He planted that one nice. That was another great drive.
Hopefully it picked up and went a little straight. You don't really want to go too far left and leave yourself a tough upshot.
I think it's kind of cool what Andy's wearing. Like what the socks, it almost looks like moccasins, and it's really cool shoes. This whole setup here.
Well, we definitely got to talk about footwear soon because
look at his footwear.
I'm very picky about footwear, and
he bounces like
he looks like a boxer.
He bounces like girthy, doesn't he?
Huh? He does, doesn't he?
He likes that hyzer flip. That was a really good shot.
This is a bit of a death putt here.
Yeah.
Ooh, does it stay?
Yeah. Even for 390 feet, look at how you can't get close to this basket. Even Anthony.
Yeah, and
all of his power. That wind was howling, man. That was probably 15 miles an hour into that. You couldn't tell from, but there's nothing to stop the wind in that area. So.
And we have plenty of calm days here in Phoenix, but this was not one of them. There was a torrential downpour the morning before.
Yeah.
The day before was pretty wet out here. The day after, the sun comes out and it starts getting windy. That's a really good comeback.
And he needed it because he's 2 down.
On the round.
Barela's 2 down. No, he's 2 down with 2 to play to Gossage.
Because Gossage is probably putting out on 18 right now from the chase card.
Correct.
Hole 18 is another sidewalk and beyond out of bounds hole.
So Barela knows he's got to throw it in, and
tie for first.
And watch this.
Oh my goodness, he goes for it.
It didn't seem like it seemed like it did slip a little, but it skipped right chain high past that basket.
Dang.
It was really close to going in.
It's a 380-foot hole. This is not an easy hole. I mean, look at how much power Zach just pumped on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 10 feet shorter than the previous hole. And look at how far away they were. And this has got the low ceiling on this tee box. He's got a great forehand, doesn't he?
It's so good.
Yeah. World class.
And look at the gallery waiting for him to finish. He ended up a little bit short too.
Yeah, short and left, and that's all wind. That's just wind read. If you're not used to playing here,
That's true. He got off a plane and came to play.
yeah, it's really tough to read this swirly wind on these holes.
Woof, did Zach go out?
Yes,
Dang.
that was for par.
That's a great par
It
save.
was a really good par save. I haven't seen anyone make that putt in 2 days, except for him.
Mm.
From behind that tree, a lot of people were around that tree.
Oh, Bhrahsten.
Yeah, I know, that was unfortunate.
You had a few of those. But you can't make them all, man.
Good tournament for Andy. Great job. Come down from Minnesota. Make a
Oh,
final.
wow. Tap in for Barela.
Make a final card. Barela at tap in. The Goose. Do you see Goose go? I got you by 2. There's Tommy.
Little Tommy.
That's all right. I don't know that guy.
There's Tanner Petoni.
Is that who that is?
Flagstaff guy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's Parker.
Parker. He's going to Discraft.
At the Phoenix Fall Classic.
Oh, I got featured. That's nice.
Barela. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for coming out, dude. Yes,
Load her up. There's our champ.
First place at the Phoenix Fall Classic, Aaron
Okay.
Gossage. Thanks, sir.
Well done.
It was nice to meet Aaron.
And his dad and his grandma and his mom.
His dad was so nice.
His grandma's a Spitfire.
I got to say hi. I didn't actually get a conversation.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Gossage 14 under. Anthony Barela 12. Andy Wacha 11. Great podium, Andy. Tanner, Bhrahsten. So we didn't get the H in there. Bhrahsten, Ty, Christopher, Parker, Cody, and Lucas. Great tournament, you guys. That was not easy.
That was not easy.
That was not an easy.
You got a little bit more respect for Jomez Pro, right?
Well, no, I'm not talking about my work I did. I was talking about the day itself. That was a hard day to play golf.
Yeah, it was. You
Yeah.
really had to earn it out there for sure.
Well, we've already ran past, so hope you enjoyed that, everyone.
Thanks again, guys.